Hi, my name is Brittany White, and I'm going to be showing you my Nearpod that I made um, for um, this class. This is a student view, and the lesson that I did was multiplying double-digit numbers. So we're going to proceed on to the next slide. It says, has a lesson overview to start off the lesson, and it says um, the first slide that we're going to do is to watch a video about multiplying double digits, and then there's a quiz about the video, but the quiz is going to be embedded into the video. I'll explain more of that later. The third one is a draw it to be able to practice what the students have learned, and then put it into your own words, an open-ended question. And then practice problems activity that will lead you to a little activity by a different company to be able to continue to practice multiplying double digits. And at the very end, there's a poll to be able to see, like for the teacher to be able to see where the students are at on this lesson and how much they understood from it. So we're going to move on to the next slide. And it says, watch the video and answer the questions during the video. So there's a video that is attached to the next slide, and the quiz questions are embedded into the slides, into the video. So the guy will explain what to do, and then the video will stop, and it's checking to see if the students know what would be the next step for the problem he is trying to solve. And we will see that in the next slide. So as we move on, we can press all the way to the very beginning, press play, and he's just explaining that we're going to be multiplying 36 times 27. And just to save time, I'm going to be skipping to the questions to be able to see what the quiz questions are like. So the first question, it says, what is the first step when multiplying 36 times 27? So as a student, they would be required to try to figure out on their own to see if they know what the first step would be. And then once they submit the question, then the guy will explain that to them what the question is. And then they will be able to see on their own if they were right or not. But it will also submit to the teacher to see what their score was as well. So for me, I'm going to pick A, multiplying 36 by 7. And I press submit and then press continue playing. So the video is it's loading, but it's going to keep going on through. And then we're going to get to the third question, or the second question, and it says, what do you do with the 4? So it's just kind of a comprehensive, seeing if the students are paying attention to the video. So I'm going to pick C, add it after multiplying 3 times 7. I press submit and then continue playing. Then the video will play, and then after that he's going to explain what you do after. So I'm going to go to the third question. The third question is, what is the next step after multiplying 36 times 7? So they'll have the students see what they know already. So for me, I'm going to pick A, add a 0 under the 2 in 252. Press submit. And then continue playing. And then just seeing if they were paying attention to that already. And then for our very last question, it's a big chunk just to kind of help the students to pay attention and be able to see some of the things they may have gotten wrong at the beginning of the questions. But this last question says, what is the next step after multiplying 36 times 7 and 36 times 20? And I'm going to pick D, add all the answers, press submit, and then continue playing. And then he explains that you add the question, you add them all together. Awesome. So then that is the end of the video and the quiz all in one. So now, after the video and quiz, there is a draw it. So the draw it is going to have instructions at the top that says solve the problem below by using the drawing tools, show all your work, and circle the answer. So for this slide, there is a practice problem right here, and it just has the students solve the problem, show their work here at the bottom, and then have them circle the answer once they get the answer. So I'm going to solve this problem, and then I'll come back. Alright, so I finished the problem, and I got 418. I circled it at the bottom, and now I'm going to press submit, so that will submit to the teacher to be able to see what the answer that I got. For the next portion of the lesson, it is an open-ended question. So this is going to have instructions at the top explaining what they need to answer here at the bottom in this text box, and then they just type out what their answer is. So for this one, it says explain the steps to solving a 2-digit number multiplied by another 2-digit number. So the students are going to write down each of the steps. They also have a picture right here that they can look at to remind themselves of what it may look like, and just to have more of a visual to help them to kind of visualize it in their head, be able to know how to answer the question. So I am going to answer it, and then I will come back. Alright, so I finished answering the question right here, and now I'm going to press submit, and that will submit to the teacher. Awesome. Okay, next is an activity. So this activity is going to lead you to an outside source to be able to practice more double-digit numbers. So the students will have to copy this link right here and go up to their search engine, paste it, and then it will lead them to this game right here. I'll press continue, start, and you press start in the middle, and then you press this, and it's just testing their ability to multiply double-digit numbers. So you can have a piece of paper in front of them, try to solve it, and then once you can pick, I don't know, an answer. It'll tell you if it's correct, or it'll tell you if it's wrong, and then you can just continue playing the game. So that is the activity and the little field trip that they can take during the lesson. Then after 10 minutes or so, they'll be led back to a poll. So the poll is going to be the last part of this lesson, and the poll is really designed to help the teacher to know where the students are at with multiplying double-digit numbers. If they need more help, more practice, just to kind of get a good gauge of how effective the lesson was for them. So if we move next to the poll, it will say, select which best describes how you feel after the lesson about multiplying 2-digit numbers with 2-digit numbers. So we'll have the students pick super confused, somewhat know what I'm doing, confident, and then super confident. So they'll pick one of those. I'll just pick super confident, and they'll press submit, and that's the end of the Nearpod. So that's all that they would have to do for that lesson. To be able to show the results of the quiz, I can go into my side of the Nearpod of how it was made to be able to see the results. So I'm going to go up to here and view progress. And you can see what they got on the quiz. So what it should show, if I can get this out of the way. All right, so on my end, it shows what the students got and in a kind of a pie chart to see if they got it correct, if they got it incorrect, or if they didn't answer it at all. So here it says that on the first question of the quiz, got it correct. And then it says that got this one was also correct on the second question. And then for the third question, it was also correct. And then for the fourth question, it says that it was also correct at the end. So this is kind of a good way to be able to see their progress and see how they did. For the next one, for the Draw It, you can see all of the students who submitted it to them, to the teacher, and it shows my work right here and how I solved it. And then for the open-ended question, it then has my answer right here to see what I got. And then as we go on, the activity, and then for the poll, you can see who all answered what, kind of categorize that. And it gives that to you. So that is my Nearpod activity lesson that I made. So thank you for watching.